Weasel Extra, we got a guest in the studio. Not only have you done TV before, but now you're breaking through on the country side of things. We got country newcomer Jana Kramer. Jana Kramer is here, and how old were you when you started singing?
Actually, I started singing when I was 3, and then my first gig was when I was a Little Miss Peach Blossom. I was 6 years old, and I sang Twinkle Twinkle in a rock version.
And you grew up in where?
I grew up in, Michigan. Rochester Hills, and then spent a lot of time up in Gaylord, Michigan.
Is there a lot of country music there?
I think there's more country music than anything else there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what got you? What got you hooked in country?
Honestly, my grandma and my mom. My grandma, all she would listen to is this cassette tape of Patsy Cline. I mean, nonstop. She would flip it over and then flip it back, and then she would just keep playing it. That's all she really listened to. And so then I became a fan. And then, I mean, my mom, she always wanted to be a country singer. Her name was Nora Jean, so she named me Jana Ray. So she's like, Jana Ray, the country singer.
Yeah, that kind of works, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, Mom, we're from Michigan. We're not the South, but it's fine. But, yeah, so, I mean, she loved country music, and I that's all I listened to growing up. So
a lot of people probably, do you get recognized often for the stuff you've done on One Tree Hill?
Yes, the girls recognize me from One Tree Hill, and then the boys usually recognize me from Entourage, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing a lot. 10 years in Los Angeles.
Yep, 10 years.
And how would you compare Los Angeles to Nashville?
Oh my gosh. Well, for starters, before I even bought my house in Nashville, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm home. The second I landed in Nashville, I was like, something about it, just feels right. It's small enough, but also big enough to, have that country. I mean, city feel. So,
yeah.
And LA was just too crazy for me. The weather is nice, but I love the storms and the change of season. So.
Do you have a name for the new album?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it's coming out early this summer, and Scott Hendricks produced it, who also did Blake Shelton.
And I know you write. Do you know how many of the songs you're going to have on there?
About half and half. I wrote, half I didn't. And the best, at the end of the day, the best song wins. So, and we want each song to represent, me and show.
And the first single is Why You Wanna?
Yes.
And who wrote that?
Kat Gravitt, Chris DeStefano, and Ashley Gorley.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself getting back into acting?
I always said that because everyone's like, okay, so you're quitting acting. I said, no, my passion and what's most important to me is music. However, if something comes along that can involve my music and that I'm passionate about, and it doesn't conflict with any music stuff, I would do it. So, but that's later on.
What would be your show business dream? Like, do you have one, either a duet or
I want to do a duet
role or something that you would say?
No, because I'm not really thinking about that. But the duet, I really want to do a duet with Adam Levine. I think that'd be fun.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be different.
Yeah. Now, have you watched that show?
I do. I watch The Voice. Yeah.
That show.
That show.
Had you ever gotten into any of the reality stuff at all?
I'm a reality junkie.
So what's your choice show?
Oh, that's so hard because I love the Kardashians, Chloe and Lamar, The Biggest Loser, The Voice, American Idol, X Factor. I like that show, that Pawn show, Pawn Stars.
Now, could you ever see yourself doing Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, I am a terrible dancer, so I'm just gonna save all those people out there to not watch me dance.
So, in the video for Why You Wanna, you are riding a bike, singing, and it looks like you're in slow motion too.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, they slowed it down on the camera, so the camera speed, we weren't going that slow.
So, but so you were singing. That means you probably had to sing faster, right?
Yes, which I was not prepared for at all. So we had to sing it triple time. So I was like, out of all the places in this little town, you had to come sit down. I was like, oh my gosh!
I want to see the DVD behind the scenes.
The outtakes. There was a lot too, especially since it was the hottest day ever recorded in Nashville. It was 114 degrees, so I'm riding uphill on a bike for 3 hours. I was like, I'm gonna die.
I thought that was a tear.
No, there's tears of me thinking I'm gonna die on my bike. I was like, heat exhaustion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The video is Why You Wanna. We got Jan.